On one side, we've got Woodlands looking for a three-peat, and they're the team that have dominated this competition over the last decade. On the other side, there's Marist. It's been a while for a victory, 2001 since they last held the Shield, and about 10 years since they were even in the final. Woodlands the convincing victors that day. Marist have got the flashy backs, Woodlands the tough, hardened, grizzly forwards, and all the experience, of course, of finals action. Just two of the Marist players have played in finals before. Will it make any difference? We'll find out in 80 minutes' time. Kirk Ray's in charge of this most important match, the biggest day in club rugby in Southland this year, and it'll be Marist's captain, Scott Eade, who receives the ball, pumps it downtown, and the wind holds it up, but he gets it safely to touch. So the Marist line of defence, once it's organised, has been efficient. Apanui signalled he wanted it. Hala Holo takes a step, gets pulled down in the tackle of Holder. The advantage is with the Woodlands, so they can have a go at a drop goal here. Apanui does. We wait for the call, and it's a stray, so they'll go back to the penalty in a very handy spot. So Apanui makes it 3-0, and Woodlands hit the lead in the final. But he got up to the 10-metre mark and he's found some help. So the turnovers come, Seeper, and he's offloaded beautifully. Chance for Kahukura, but he got shut down very, very quickly indeed. But they still got the ball in hand, charging forward into the side of the 22. Marist with their best chance by far in this half. And continue to drive within 10 metres. Good close quarter stuff. Now they give their big guys like Tamariki chance to suck in some of the defenders. Eade is directing traffic out the back, but the forwards are not letting that ball go. They've made such good progress. Now Eade has it, and it gets to utilise his back line. But the Woodlands defence is as good as Marist was at the other end. They're fanning out and closing it down, but they're under real pressure. Nelly almost got all the way. Seeper another half through the tackle, enough to offload safely. Now within 6 of the line, Marist looking imposing. Eade, the little held the pass back nicely for a moment. Couldn't quite time it to Murray, but they get the penalty nevertheless and a chance to level on the scoreboard. It's frantic action but entertaining. Kahukura know what a danger he is, and it shows exactly that. Slipped the pass away. Famoi Ioane was on hand to pick it up and make progress. Now there's a chance that Kahukura gets involved again, and he does. Good continuity, Marist. That pass going astray. What a great pick-up by Jason Rutledge. It was loose for barely a second, pounced on it, got back to his feet and made the halfway line. And I look at the Herity, gets the ball across inside the 22, and there's a lot of pressure on Eckholt to try and keep it in Marist's hand, but he kept it in too long on the ground. Working hard. Patience the key here for Woodlands, because they've got the advantage of a penalty. They can take their time, but unfortunately lost for them the possession. So back we go to a side entry penalty. Quick tap taken. Rutledge sees an opportunity. Marist were there though. They were aware that that was a threat. Will this pay off? Woodlands getting no return for their adventure yet, but their persistence is getting them ever so close. Marist are putting everybody they've got between man and line. Still they creep closer, Woodlands. It was centimetres, now it's down to millimetres. Looks like another penalty and a formal warning coming. They like their chances of driving over, but so far no success. Again Falloon, and they'll drive on him. Marist this time a little more fragmented. This is a better momentum and unison by the Woodlands forwards, and very threatening indeed. Just as they get to the line, they get over it, and there is the first try of the Galbraith Shield final. A little bit of debate as to whether it was Taylor or Rutledge scoring the try for Woodlands. We'll get clarification on that later in the piece, but for the moment the conversion looks good, is good, and there's 2 more points. It's Woodlands 10, Marist 0. And it is under pressure now. Marist trying to hustle and bustle, and have done so, turned it over. Now they've got some success and some front foot ball and an advantage too. So there's a chance to make something of it. Kahukura is obviously the go-to man when trying to break the line. He had to stop in his stride. A little chip kick from the halfback Wallace is going to be taken as a mark, so therefore they'll go back to that penalty advantage. It's pretty much straight in the front of the post. Don't underestimate the compensation he has for the breeze. He punches it through the uprights, and the first points for Marist. Again to Falloon. And they're driving on him, and this time with the extra bulk provided by Jamie McIntosh. And immediately having some effect because they've kept it up and they've kept it straight and they've kept it going forward. But only the Herere can't get his hands on it. Now he does. He bursts through, slips 2 tackles, and the halfback will scamper over, and another try to Woodlands. Sloppy defence for Marist. So Apanui to make it another 7. And the lead is building, 17 points to 3. And Woodlands in charge of this match at the moment. And Jamie McIntosh enjoying playing in the loose at the moment. Getting there in 1s and 2s. Along with the Herere to the little slip pass, the turn, the twist. And now they're within 5 metres, Woodlands. Rutledge, sure, he wants a piece of this action, the scoring action. Along with the Herere to Halaholo. He's upended, but got the pass away perfectly, and Falloon the Hot has come up with a try. He's done sterling work in the lineouts and tight. Now he gets reward for being on hand when the tries are scored. And the kick from Apanui, just a chip, and still goes well over the dead ball line, and 2 more points to the tally. Marist looking to disrupt, not able to. Apanui, showed the ball and went on his own, but hanging at the head of the right with him. If Woodlands are the next to score, it's big trouble for Marist, so they need to close this move down quickly, and McIntosh isn't easy to close down, but they do. Just outside the 22, Rutledge with the distribution. Halaholo looks for a gap and thinks he can take it, and he's dead right. Willis Halaholo gets within 15 of the line, and plenty of people to help out. Apanui thinks he'll have another run and makes useful yardage before they change direction. Halaholo, he was one of the line breakers in the move, and he thought he could finish it off. He's wrong. Marist there in numbers as they creep ever so closer to the line. Taylor's putting his weight behind the ball carrier. They get it to the line to get it to ground, and it is a try. And that is Shannon Carpenter coming up with the points for Woodlands. Marist, if they want to mount a comeback, and the mistakes that weren't part of their game earlier are now. And Galatly ran it out almost unimpeded, and look who pinched it. That was Seeper again, and what an effort it has been from this legend of Marist football. The sun is setting in Rugby Park and also on Marist hopes, unless they can string together a few tries with that tackle by Halaholo on Kahukura, sums up the Woodlands defensive effort. And then Halaholo got back to his feet and stole the ball. That's excellent play. And they'll get a penalty and relief thanks to the number 12. A better scrum by Marist, just making it difficult for Woodlands to clear, but they do eventually. And Halaholo with a big fan, and boy, is he imposing himself on the opposition back line, and it's good for Southland Rugby going ahead. Rutledge and the penalty advantage to Woodlands. Now look at ominous threat one more time. And it will indeed be that penalty coming into what is now a gaping wound. And he does exactly that. So Marist hoping to pinch something at the late stages. The bodies are tired. The spirit waning. And Woodlands just playing the game at their pace. And they are preparing to celebrate big time as the final whistle goes. And Woodlands the champions once again. They're 3 times in a row Galbraith Shield champions and continue their dominance of Southland Club Rugby over the last decade. Marist tried their darndest. They started well, they just could not score enough points, win in enemy territory, and were forever chasing the game that was taken away from them by a superior team on the day.